Hi, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to Jupiter. I'm Sylvie June. I'm here to tap into your current energies. You want to let the cards shed light on any mysteries. Seeking light, illumination, and clarity. Let's begin. Let's get you an angel guide oracle card. Holy love. This is a very beautiful message reminding you that you are loved, that there is something above our emotions and our thoughts and our mind. There is the soul, the very deep knowing where we find peace. So this is absolutely beautiful. Holy love. Big shout out to my best friend's boyfriend, Chris. I hope you're doing well. So this is a Gemini reading. If your placements are in Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is just an energy read. We want to see what are the messages coming out. Magician, you're showing up in your own reading. Magician, Gemini card. What are some messages for my beautiful Gemini? So we have the Magician, and what's crossing you is death. We have the past energy is the Ten of Wands, and the crowning energy is the Ten of Swords. In the reverse, we have the Seven of Pentacles supporting you in your subconscious. And what energies are you working towards? What's the energy that you're working towards? Oh, the Ace of Wands. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, Gemini, so we have a past situation that these are just the energies that are currently impacting you, or that are currently around you. And sometimes it's just a good idea to get the energies understood that are impacting us. And so the past energy here is actually the Ten of Wands, something that was extremely burdensome, and you want to release that burden. It is a past energy still impacting you. So this is going to be particularly important because you're finishing a cycle. The Ten of Wands is that you would have been in this very burdened energy, a burnout, carrying demands of other people, just a heavy obligation and responsibility energy. But it is the Ten of Wands. So you might have felt really worn out and burnt out, but you're coming to the end of it. So you are realizing that this is the end of a cycle, that basically it can't continue like this. Something's got to give. And so the beautiful thing about it is that you're showing up very strong in your Magician energy. And shout out also to my beautiful friend Astrid. This Magician energy is you manifesting what you want. And remember, this is very much you understanding your power, that you are the one that can change things. The Magician has all the tools available to them. The sword, the cup, the wand, and the what's the other one? And the pentacle, sorry. So you've got all four elements that we need to create. And Magician is the high arcana card for Gemini. So one of the things you're really good at when you are both in your higher vibration and your lower vibrations is to create circumstances. And what you want to be aware of this particular time is that, well, since you're empowered and your thoughts become give you certain feelings and emotions and then drive you to do certain actions, those actions are manifestations and bring about what you think about. And so it becomes much more important now to know that you want to catch your own thoughts and emotions to be able to create from a higher vibration. And the higher vibration after the Ten of Wands is very important, because we don't want to manifest from this exhausted place. We want to say, I am willing to surrender and release any burdens. I'm willing to surrender and release any negative emotions, carrying any unnecessary burdens, carrying other people's burdens, carrying obligations. You want to release those negative, lower vibrations that you don't want. The higher vibrations is, I am now ready for a much more peaceful alignment. And you have this power. So I think at this particular time, it's important to remind yourself of this power, because you're crossed by the death card, which is total transformation. And this is really, really strong energy. So in order to let go of something that was burdening you, you're going to actually have to let go of it. And what we find sometimes during this transformation is that can be emotionally very challenging, because you want to ascend. You'll see there's this angel here ascending. So you don't want to be burdened anymore by the problems of others, or whatever vibration you are in, the lower vibration. You're rising, your vibrations are rising, meaning you are wanting better for yourself. You're wanting to feel better. Your well-being is telling you, your soul is telling you, nah, yes, I want to feel good. Right. So as you're wanting to feel good, you are leaving all this behind. So there are some people, places, energies that you have to leave behind, even if it's just for the duration of that transformation, until that changes. But ultimately, it's giving up something, sacrificing the burden, letting go of these rods. He can just drop them. He can just drop them and be light. Okay. And so and sometimes we're so used to the burden and the responsibility and being the one that everyone relies on, we forget how to raise our vibrations. But you can't be anchored and then raise your vibration, right? So it's being ready. You're now transforming. You're in this kind of cocoon phase that I like to call, like when we know something's transforming, and it takes a little bit of emotionality to kind of go through that. It's a mourning process as well, but it brings you into a very light, wonderful place. And so the crowning energy is the 10 of Swords. You felt betrayed. You felt not just once, but there is 10 swords in his back. So, this betrayal wound is something that you may have carried for a long time, where you do everything you possibly can, and you're responsible and you take your obligations. However, you always end up feeling like this. You always end up feeling betrayed. So these are 2 10s ending the cycle. Very, very difficult cycle. But in order to so that this is the dawn here, right? So there's always a new beginning, and you're ready for that new beginning, but it is a case of transforming it. So be very mindful of what it is you in your current magician energy, which is extremely powerful, what you create. So my suggestion is to really find yourself some space where you go for a walk, or you do things that are extremely neutral and peaceful, where your mind is shut up, where you're not disturbed by thoughts, and you're really finding your center space, the holy love. You're finding that soul energy that we get when we when we're just breathing air. You're walking, you're looking at trees, you can see you're by the sea, by the water, by the ocean. You're calm, you're peaceful. That energy is your soul energy. And so that's where you want to manifest from, because you can have anything you want. You just want to make that decision very clear that you want to feel great, and this is your time to do it. What's really amazing is that your supporting energy is the 7 of Pentacles. So you might need to be patient. And Geminis are, notoriously impatient signs, but that is just because you're always used to, doing. But you're realizing that, well, that's actually got you more into this energy of burden then the light energy that, you know, you want to be in order to manifest. So this is where you are planting the seeds. So what you can do here is really get yourself in a very peaceful state after a nice long walk, that, you know, just chill, where you're not disturbed by anyone, you're not influenced by anyone's thoughts or comments. And then you sit down and, you know, you get a big piece of paper and you just start dreaming about, well, if I could get anything you want, you know, if I had 5 wishes free, what would they be? And truly try to kind of go inward to realize what would truly make you happy, peaceful. How do you want your life to go? Because you're leveling up. You have now left well and truly a very, very difficult cycle, you know, 2 tens. And so to help you kind of lift that betrayal wound, you know, that no, you're not there to please others. The betrayal wound often comes when we are people pleasing too much, because or altogether, because doing things for, you know, to please others or to be liked or for validation or whatever, what ends up happening is like we are betraying ourselves in that, and therefore the other people from other sources, you will get a reminder that, you know, betrayal is on the cards because of self-betrayal. So this time you're really kind of cleaning things up in your surroundings, maybe like a decluttering, where you're realizing you're planting on very healthy soil and you're planting completely new. So you're going to actually see a huge transformation. I mean, the Magician and the Death card in the center of your reading, they're very, very strong major arcana energies, which is huge transformation and change. So be kind and compassionate to yourself during this time while you're going through the emotions of, you know, letting go and maybe being angry about, you know, having done too much for others. But that is actually a really, really good energy, because you are prioritizing yourself and you're going to learn how to do that better. And therefore, you in the next cycle, you won't do this anymore. And this is where you get to. So your outcome energy is the Ace of Wands, which is absolutely brilliant. You are getting this back. This is a brand new start that you're very, very passionate about. This can come in a form of an actual tangible, you know, new project. But this is passion returning to you. So the more you feed your soul and plant the seeds of what you really truly want, not what other people want from you, right? What you truly want. And you start giving that to yourself, your passion returns, and this zest for life, this something's gonna come to you in form of an offer. This could be a job opportunity, this could be a love interest, this could be something that you're suddenly really passionate about. And if nothing else, it's you just manifesting that you want your passion to return, you know, the passion for life, and you remembering the power that you have. You're very, very a very good manifester, you know, and that is why, you know, we have the Magician for the Gemini. And, you know, sometimes when we're not so certain, you know, the manifesting, you know, we don't want to control anything on the outside. We want to manifest from the inside. So the way to do it is to let go. I'm willing to surrender and release all negative emotions, all anger, all fear. We want to let it go, and we want to tell our subconscious that, so that we're now reprogramming with new seeds, new affirmations, a new dreaming sort of like board where you write out exactly what you want. What do you want in 2026? You know, how is your health, wealth, love gonna improve? And that is really you looking after your own well-being, and it comes back to you tenfold. You will have wonderful, wonderful opportunity that really brings back your passion. So first on the inside, right? So first you are the one that brings back that passion and kind of like reminds yourself of how empowered you are. We are not victim of circumstance here. We are empowered to manifest through our thoughts. And so be very deliberate in the thoughts that you're cultivating, because what you focus on is what you bring about. So we want to let go of the burden, but we don't want to focus too much on the burden that was while we're letting it go. We want to focus on the peace that can be. And then we become more and more peaceful, meaning we'll have more aligned circumstances, people, places that make us feel this way. This is absolutely beautiful, very empowered reading, Gemini. And I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you.